Before Lina lifted a Grand Slam trophy, before she lit up the court with her powerful baseline game, before she changed the face of Asian tennis, she made one choice: to fight. Not just against opponents, but against a system designed to control her every move. In a nation where obedience is currency and conformity is rewarded, Lina did the unthinkable. She chose independence. Born in Wuhan, China in 1982, Lina was thrust into the sporting world early. Her father, a former professional badminton player, passed away when she was still a child. Her mother, understanding the opportunity that sports could offer, enrolled her daughter in rigorous training programs. Lina first picked up a badminton racket, but fate intervened. At 8, she was persuaded to switch to tennis, an elite sport in China, reserved for the few groomed by the state. From that moment, her path was no longer her own. She was absorbed into the Chinese state sports system, where athletes were fed, housed, and trained, but not free. Coaches dictated style, strategy, even personality. Earnings were surrendered. Dreams were filtered through bureaucracy. For many, this system was a lifeline. For Lina, it became a prison. Still, she rose. Raw athleticism, fearless ground strokes, explosive movement. She dominated the national ranks and began climbing the global ladder. By her early 20s, Lina was a fixture on the international tour, but always with the national team breathing down her neck. In 2002, at the age of 20, she made her first radical move. She walked away. She left the national team. She retired. Not due to injury, not due to failure, but due to burnout and disillusionment. That was Lina's first rebellion. She pursued a university degree. She tried living a civilian life, but the fire hadn't gone out. In 2004, she came back, stronger, sharper, and more determined than ever to play on her terms. The system allowed her back in, but the tension never left. It simmered beneath the surface. In 2008, after years of conflict and frustration, she did what no Chinese tennis player had done before. She demanded autonomy. Alongside a few other pioneers, she negotiated what was called the fly alone policy. It allowed her to hire her own coaches, plan her own schedule, and most importantly, keep her own prize money. She broke from the state machine without defecting. She didn't burn her flag. She simply rewrote the rules. It was a Spartan act, quiet, steely, defiant. She took on a system with centuries of conformity behind it and bent it to her will. What followed was an explosion. She began working with foreign coaches, improving mentally and physically. Her game matured. Her mindset hardened. She started winning. In 2011, at the age of 29, an age when many athletes plateau, Lina made history. She stormed through the French Open, defeating Petra Kvitova, Victoria Azarenka, Maria Sharapova, and finally Francesca Schiavone in the final. She became the first Asian-born player, male or female, to win a Grand Slam singles title. The Chinese media tried to claim her, but she didn't belong to them. She belonged to herself. She stood on that podium, not as a product of the system, but as proof of what happens when a warrior breaks free. She was not done. In 2014, she won the Australian Open. At 31, older, wiser, and fully in control of her path. She battled knee injuries throughout her career. She endured the pressure of a billion eyes. And she handled the state's cold indifference when she stepped out of line. She faced critics who called her selfish. She faced institutions that said she owed them. She responded the only way a Spartan would, by winning, by laughing, by thriving. Lina wasn't just a tennis champion. She was a symbol to young Chinese athletes watching from rigid academies, to women across the world told to stay quiet, to anyone who dared to walk away from what was safe. She retired in 2014, not with a whisper, but with a legacy, a path opened, a gate kicked down. China's tennis scene was never the same. She was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 2019, the first Asian player ever to receive that honor. But titles were never the full story. Her legacy is freedom, mental resilience, and choosing self-discipline over imposed obedience. She played the long game, not just to win matches, but to win autonomy. Not every warrior carries a sword. Some carry a racket. And some carry a nation into a new era without asking permission. She didn't scream. She didn't rant. She just refused to kneel. Order the Spartan Mindset today and embark on your journey toward becoming the leader your world needs. Let your struggles forge you into a warrior of character and resolve. The Spartan Mindset provides a comprehensive and actionable guide to personal development and resilience. Available now for just $19.99. Purchase your copy from the links in the description box below and on this channel's homepage. Because your future begins with the right mindset. The Spartan Mindset.